what I'm going to do is show you what I'm getting here once I get them out. And this is a very, very nice specimen, I can tell you that right now. There's seeds all the way up and down the stalk of the pod. So hello everyone, and welcome to the back garden yard. Today we are going to collect okra seeds. Now those of you that watch my channel all the time will know that I tied up okra seeds with the trellis here. You can see where I tied this one right here to the trellis. And then I said we're going to have to wait until late November or December to harvest the seeds. Now, I did that on purpose just so I would know which ones I'd tied up, because the ones I tied up probably got the best fertilizing from the bees, and the later ones, like this one right here, as you can see, it's not tied up. It fell over, and it's not going to have mature seeds probably, but it might. But I'll be back and check these out later on. Today we're going for the ones that I'm pretty sure are nice and fertile. You can see the split happening here in the okra stalk seed pod, and you can see the seeds in there and they're looking nice. So let's go ahead and cut that one off and pull it out, and we're gonna put it into the collection pot here. Okay, and then we're gonna get the next one, which would be this one. And once again, you can see it trying to crack open. That's when you want to pick them. It's gonna rain tomorrow. I'm out here today to make sure they don't get, you don't want them to stay out so long they start rotting. So we're gonna cut this one. And there are two more, but they don't appear to yet have matured. So I'm going to leave them. I think I will go ahead and take this one. And some people have asked why the okra germination is not better when I said, you know, they're 50 or 60%. And the reason is because when you're picking them, it's really hard to tell the ones that have been cured out properly and are ripe versus the ones that look good but they actually were not fertilized by the bees properly, or they weren't cured out properly. But now here I have a perfect example. If you look in there, you can see those seeds. It's already cracked open and it's getting ready to drop them on the ground. And of course we don't want that to happen. So we're going to go ahead and clip that one off. These get really tough. All right. And then here's another one. It looks like I've got lots of them on this particular one that are perfectly mature. So let's go ahead and get another one. You can see where that one's cracking open. And I've got 1, 2, 3, it's like I got 4 more that are ripe and mature. This one over here, you can still see the green on it. It's not ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these 4. And looking up here, I can see some more that are ready. So this has worked out very well for me by going ahead and tying them up this year, so I would know which ones I had intended to get seeds from versus the ones that are over here that I may come back and get some seeds later, but I don't know what kind of shape they'll be in. Okay, so let's continue. You can see this pod here looks good, but for the purposes of the length of this video, I'm going to just go ahead and pull them, and then I will take them inside, because we want to examine the insides of these pods versus, say, the inside of one that's not mature, so we can see the difference. Okay, so I'll be back once we get over and start cleaning the okra pods. So here is today's okra pod collection. These will be the best seeds that I collect this year, and there'll be more seeds I collect, but I'll probably keep them separate from these, simply because once these pods actually turn brown and start maturing, and these pods, all the rest of these pods, I will be out here to collect more, but once again, the germination probably will be less with these later okra pods. Okay, so now we're back at the work table, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to collect these. You want to use a glove to open them up, because these are spiny and they'll literally sometimes prick the skin. But you can see the seeds in there. So we're going to just open them up and rub down each row. And we're not going to worry too much about trying to get the bad seeds out right now. What I'm going to do is show you what I'm getting here once I get them out. And this is a very, very nice specimen, I can tell you that right now. There's seeds all the way up and down the stalk of the pod, and they came down. So now let's get a close-up of these seeds. And the color is grayish green, and that's the color you want. These black seeds are no good. If you open up one and it's full of black seeds, you don't want them. Okay, so that lets you know if you've got this nice grayish green color, and I think you can see that now. If you've got that nice grayish green color, that's the color you want. And of course, in here you can see there are some that aren't mature. That's going to be the way it's always going to be. And you can go ahead and try to pick those out, or you can just leave them. There'll probably be so many I'll end up leaving them, but I just wanted to show you what you get. So I've got from one pod, I'm going to make a quick kind of count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I got 50 or more seeds from one pod, and they're nice and dry and looking great. So that's what we do. Let's open up another pod and see if it's going to be as nice. And once again, you can see how it's cracking open. We're going to open it up. First we check the color. Once again, I've got that nice grayish green color. That's what we want, so we're going to let them fall. If you crack one open and they're all black, or if they're all white, don't mix them with your seeds. You can save them if you want to, but save them separately. But right now, we're just going to go ahead and take the rest of the seeds out, and I'll show you what I got. Okay, folks, so this is the amount of seeds that I got from these okra pods. And these are my reject okra pods, and I'll show you why they got rejected. So here's the first one, and of course, as you can see, it's nice and dried, and it looked good from the outside. And now, will some of these seeds grow? The answer is absolutely yes, they will, but they're not in nearly as good a shape as these seeds are. So I set these aside, and we're going to open them up differently. And the first thing you'll notice here at the end, and that's what stopped me, are these brown seeds. If you open a pod and you see these brown seeds, you know very well that these are not good seeds. Now let's take a look at one, and you can see there's no germinating root or anything sticking out of that, and they're just not the right what you want. So generally I don't save the whole pod when I see those, but the answer is there's some pretty good looking seeds on down in this pod. And if you look at the end of those, they actually have the little start of the root and everything. So these may actually be some good seeds with the bad brown ones, but I didn't want to throw them into that original collection. So I'm going to open this up, and we're going to shake them all out. And there we go. So once again, some of these would germinate. I would figure the germination rate on these would probably less than 30% though, because you can see that a lot of them are not mature, and they're brown, and they're just not right. So a lot of times I won't even pick these little skinny ones, simply because a lot of times they're no good. So let's open it up, and I'm gonna put all these seeds on this side, and you can see what the problem is here. They just did not mature. Look how small, scraggly, and discolored they are. I'm not even gonna put any more of those in there because I'm gonna discard these. So you can see the difference between these seeds and these seeds very easy. Okay, we'll take a look at one more of these rejects. Now here's one of the ones that wasn't quite cracking open. It was still a little green on one side, and I picked this just to show you why I wasn't going to use this one. And if you pull it open, you can see those seeds are not mature. Those seeds are quite nasty. Now right in this area here may be some good seeds, but let's just put them all in there, and you can see those brown seeds falling in there. And now that looks like some good seeds. So part of it seemed to have good ones, and part were brown, and I can see a little bit of mold on these seeds too. So that's the problem. If you and that's why I wanted to go ahead and tie up those plants to make sure that I got the ones that looked like they were making the good seeds early. Okay, and now let's just look at all those seeds together. Let's compare this container of seeds to this container of seeds. And I think you can see the difference. So these are black and brown, and these are black and gray green. These look so much better than those. I'm going to let them air dry for about a week in the basement, and then I'll actually put them in a baggie or in some container like this to save. I like to put them in separate containers, several of them, that case, in case something happens to one container, I don't lose my whole seeds. I've been saving these seeds for 40 years, And I don't know exactly what kind this is, but it's red stem okra. I really like it, and I save these seeds like this every year, so I know what to look for when I'm saving them. Okay folks, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. I need all the support I can get, and we will see you on the next video.